Power. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. The divine mind knows, the divine mind shows. All things work in divine order, all things work in divine order, all things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people that struggle. As you come on in, know that this is a safe space. Know that this is a space for learning and getting learned up. Know that this is a space for educating and being educated. Know that this is a space for conversation, questions, answers, comments, concerns, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Yeah. Power and refinement. Yes. Building and destroying. Yes. This is a space. This is your space, a space of love, integrity. As we walk, as we run, as we march, as we organize our path towards true liberation. Our united path towards true liberation. As my classroom assistants come on in, please keep all contact information in the chat for the duration of class. Please keep all funding information, links, tags, snail mails, carrier pigeons, Western grams and unions of money. Keep all that information in the chat throughout the class. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, please book an assessment. Don't wait till it's too late. Don't wait till you're hemped up. Yeah, in the parking lot. Yeah, don't wait until it's too late. Book an assessment. Find out what you need to know to keep yourself balanced. If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, please book an assessment. If you or anybody you know is in need of intimate relationship abuse counseling, book an assessment. Learn the warning signs, the behaviors that should alarm you, characters and characteristics that should heighten your awareness. Man, people and events, okay, that you need to be alerted by. Remember, with the information and life you save could be your own. Late night. Yeah. It's getting there. It's getting there. Yeah, it's getting there. And again, when it's like this, you know that I couldn't rest. Still going through a little something. Couldn't rest. Gotta get this off. Why? Because so many of y'all are upset. I don't get it. I'm getting tagged in things. I'm getting DMs. I'm getting messengers. I'm getting tweets. Everything. Okay? Again, this is not a space for you to be emotional. So if you here and you're emotionally charged and you're not ready to use your intellect, you won't get your feelings hurt. Okay? So tag your classmates. Share it on your Facebook. Share, let them know we in class real quick. Okay? Yeah. But tag Caillou Cartagena. Yeah, tag Caillou. We in class have been telling folks for the last couple of years. Nobody listened to Bliz though, right? Tag Cartagena. Why? Because we rocking with Caillou. Yes. Don't get upset. Caillou had 2 very good points. Yeah. Yeah. So if you thought this was going in another direction, you wrong. Okay? Tag Caillou Cartagena. Tag Gilly. Yeah, we might get on him. Tag him. And he played itself. Okay? Hey, tag Lord Jamar. Yeah. Yeah. Tag him. Tell him to come to class. Mm-hmm. Yeah. FBAs. Wherever y'all at. Y'all seen what took place. Y'all got emotionally charged. You got people who wasn't even acknowledging you, making y'all the topic of their content. Yeah. Yeah, everybody's in on the conversation, and I keep telling y'all, they're using this technology as a weapon. That's what they're doing. Weaponizing technology, agendas, thoughts, catchwords, narratives, clickbaits. Yeah, so tag your FPAs, because it wouldn't have happened if you was more active, if you wasn't just sitting in front of your phone, under your tablet, on your little PCs, and was actually out there getting some momentum. Yeah, occupying time and space to win your wars. Nobody would be disrespecting you. So tag them. And tag the TikToker, the dummy that thinks it was funny to spray poison on fruit and vegetables. Man, I would love to know the charge for that. Press that to the full extent of the law. Okay? Yeah, do that. Okay? While you're at it, let's see who here. Yeah, A. Wood first in class. What up, A. Wood? S. Beckles, London is in the spot. I see you. We see you, Magic. We see you, little Brit. Cross. UK Massive is up in here. Skills. What skills? 55 skills. 55. Dust Fro. What's going on? Willie Bector. Yeah, getting it up. Geechee. 55. Geechee. 55. You done took a few classes off. Geechee, Bushhead, Eric Brown, 55, Eric Brown, 55. Yeah, hey, Ghoster. Bernie, what up, Bernie? Mike, nice, we see you. Blast, 777s. Salute. George Johnson, Nat J. St. Louis, yeah, they coming, Mike, ship the ass, peace, 55, Mike, 55. See, Blaze, my sniper. Yeah, see, Blaze, lovely lady. What's going on? Construction Site Media TV, Molly. What up, Molly? We see you. CDP. Yeah, you up in here. L. Rick, what up? Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Okay. Kevin Willis, what's going on? Yeah, you showing love, Justin. That's right. GP, what up? Traveling man. Tarsha Peters, 55. Tarsha, 55. G-Rock, 55. G-Rock, South Central, what's going on? Better have me on the front lawn. Yeah. Jersey in the building. What up, Wavy? Max, 55. Max, 55. You right. Yeah. What up, Park Trails? School Knife. What up, Knife? Let's get to it. Let's get to it. They're going to be missing this class. It's going to be a lot of replay action, I see. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of replay on this one. Because why? Star jumped in on it 2 nights in a row. He had 4,000 in the building tonight. Yeah. He even said he was getting ready to put his organization, his little snitch network. Yeah, he's getting ready to send ICE at Caillou, Cartagena. So he got 4,000 in. This is what they do now. I'm telling you, this content is being created purposefully to get y'all charged up. Too many high-profile narratives and conversations that we've been having about this very same subject, nobody was covering. It wasn't doing numbers. It wasn't gossip. Now all of a sudden, Caillou, Cartagena, now all of a sudden Chuck E is a problem? Yeah, okay. Okay. Now all of a sudden, we're gonna see about that. So Star got 4,000 over there. I seen somebody else with 2,000 over there. Everybody's running this, and they're gonna run it in a hole. Now that Joe attacks FBAs, Man Hoffa allows him to attack FBAs on his platform. This is what y'all running with. Everyone's in a hoopla. Everybody got Twitter fingers. Everybody's mad. Now it's cancel him. When this man has been canceled here in this class years ago. So thank my class, thank my classroom assistants. Thanks for the viewers. Thanks to everybody who funds the war effort. Yeah, for acknowledging that we've been on this dude's neck. Right? Wondering how he was everywhere all of a sudden. And it's not gonna stop. He's protected. It's not gonna stop. Mav Hoffa is protected. Yeah. Because they mess with the bagel meisters. Yeah, they mess with the bagel meisters heavy. And it is part of what's moving towards 2025. Yeah. So everybody's upset over his last interview. Now, you have individuals who are making an attempt to say that it wasn't Mav Hoffa's fault. It's not his platform's fault. That him, as a host of a platform, should not prevent anyone from saying what they really believe is within their right to say. Right? You understand that? Molly, much appreciation for funding the war effort. But if you really look and listen, he initiated, Mav Hoffa initiated the question. Okay? He gave him not only the platform and the space, but threw the question in his lap. That is why he gets the blame. You understand? I heard of quite a few people, even Star, make an attempt to defend Mav Hoffa when we've been told you about this individual. In this class, we witnessed the leaning, right? We've been on him ever since he had the little rainbow flags in the back and was asking, damn, why is that rainbow flag in the back there so next to bigger? And everybody else that was there, like, we seen the transition. You see the signs. And then, of course, you listen with clean ears and clear eyes how the narrative gets swayed. how there's no integrity in what they're presenting to you. So this is where he gets fault at. It wasn't as if he just provided the space. He initiated that question. And because Caillou is as ignorant as he is, he ran right into it. Ran right into the brick wall. Now, what he said, and how he said it, got people all up in their chest. They triggered. And many of those who are triggered need anger management. Yeah, y'all need to come on and try to figure out the trauma associated with your triggers going off. Especially how viciously he attacked FBA. Yeah. See, when you put in enough work, when you are in a space where not only you've put in enough work, but you have garnered a certain amount of respect, you don't get dissed. You don't get questioned. You don't get called out of your name. I've yet to see, no, I've seen a couple, but they're not consistent. I've yet to see people on social media and move in a space where they create a narrative that they disrespect the Nation of Islam. You don't get it. It doesn't happen because people know and understand that when you do that, you have to be ready to go to war because they're going to address you as a nation. Individuals are going to address you, and people who are in an alignment with the Nation of Islam, they're going to see you for that, right? They're going to see you for it. So you don't get many that are going to disrespect the nation. Just don't happen. Okay? You don't get many that's going to sit in a space and disrespect, man, any of the street organizations, the gangs. You very rarely, unless somebody is attached to law enforcement, that's going to get on social media, right, and disrespect the Bloods, disrespect the Crips, disrespect PDs, right? Disrespect, and you're not going to get that. Again, they may go at each other, but if you're not in that space, you're not going to get that. Why? Because you know that throughout history, way back history and recent history, that somebody's going to see you. They're going to meet you there. In the FBAs, there has been no significant work put in. None. None whatsoever. They know it, which is why they're triggered when people call them out on it. You can just question them. You just throw a question in the air and they're immediately triggered because there's something in there that tells them that for all intents and purposes, that there's no movement with it. There's no motion. Okay? There's no accountability, responsibility. What is it? Right? And I'm not talking about those of us who have intelligence, who have researched, right? Who have conversation, who have an association and acquaintance with people who stand firm on the ideology of FBA. But again, there's no doctrine, right? And even in what Caillou Cartagena said, calling out Tariq Nasheed as their leader, he himself, who we know, doesn't claim leadership over anything. He himself has said, it is not an organization. There is no network. I'm not a leader. There is no leader. You understand? Do you get what's going on here? So you can have someone who has been protected throughout his entire career in entertainment, and not only protected, but in a space where he feels empowered because of the street cred that was bestowed upon him. For what reason, I don't know. But in that protection, feels that he can call them out based on his observation, whether it's an observation of pure ignorance or just in a space to incite. Now, we don't know how close he is to the Bagelmeisters. We don't know what type of think tank that Mav Hoffa's platform is, but we do know Caillou has been to the White House. We do know that Caillou has been invited and participated in several different Democratic high-level events in Washington, in New York City. We do know that. So we don't know if this whole conversation was made to incite and draw people out, to threaten, to make a move. So people need to be mindful about this conversation and where it's going. What value does leadership yield in the world? Ask Burkina Faso. Do your homework. That's what leadership does. That's what leadership does. Okay? Leadership is any individual or group who takes on the responsibility of wins and losses. Without a leader, there's no motion. Without leadership, there's no motion. Somebody has to take accountability for wins and losses. I take accountability in this classroom. I am the leader of this class. If I say something that is wrong, I'm held accountable for it. So when my class goes and they speak about me to other individuals and bring them into this class, they acknowledge me as the leader in this class, in this space. So if I give them something that isn't right and exact, I have to be the one to correct it. It's that simple. So if you don't have no leadership, if you don't have an organization, what do you have? What do you have? You have thought, you have theory without practice. And thought, theory without practice is not a liberation phenomenon. It goes nowhere. You have to have theory and practice. You have to have practice and theory in order to move people to another space of manifesting themselves. So you can sit around and say you FBA all day. What does that mean? Means nothing. Means nothing. It means you identify with an idea. You identify with a thought. Where is the practice in it? And when you don't have practice, others are watching and it looks like you're just running your mouth. And then an ignorant individual can disrespect you, can call you out on it. Okay? That's what it is. You understand? So let's get it right. Let's use intelligence, mature, scientific intelligence that has to be utilized in a space where we are moving towards true liberation. If not, you're just emotional, sitting in the basement somewhere, playing in your grippers, sucking your thumb. Okay? That's what it is. This is what we're talking about. Manifestation, gaining ground, gaining movement. Do you understand that? That's where we at. When you see the Nation of Islam, you see manifestation. When a man is a member, when a woman is a member, you see movement. You understand that. There are levels. There are tasks. There are goals for the individual and the group. When you have that, you create a new being, a new way of moving. That is what it means when you have organization, when you have individuals claiming belief in the organization, when you have leaders that are accountable for these individuals and the group. That is what establishes one. But if you don't get it, I understand that, right? Some people are not that intelligent. They can't keep up. But let's not move all the way over there yet. Let's just stick specifically to what he said to have people charged up to say he's attacking you. And of course, it was a very targeted attack because of how this conversation has been going over the last year. And we did break down the DNA of hip hop. We did break that down in this class. If you don't understand or you missed it, go back. Go back and search on the channel for the DNA of hip hop, where we broke down how so many elements of what hip hop was and what hip hop became had nothing to do wholly with people who identify as FBA. Not the speakers, not the turntables, not the microphones, not the aerosol cans, not even what they're mistakenly just concentrating on, not even the break beats, okay? The majority of those, other than James Brown, a lot of them was from white bands. A lot of them were from different regions across the world. Yeah, we broke down the DNA of it. Okay? So we're not going to revisit that. Let's just stay on Cartagena. Yeah, let's stay on Caillou. Now, Caillou was very disrespectful in what he said. Very disrespectful. Now, Many are up in arms. Many are angered, triggered. Man, I've seen on platforms where they're cursing. They're cursing. You understand? They're enraged. But here's a question. Several questions. When you are speaking of that, when you're claiming this particular lineage, right? And you're so quick to call people names and to claim a culture. See, I was there too. I'm old enough. And I can recall a time when melanated people would not let you know their background because they were so embarrassed, because they would get bullied straight up. See, in the era when hip hop was coming and the 5 elements was forming, yeah, and it was getting ready to go into the Renaissance. Like I say, you got hip hop, and then you go into a Renaissance where you get out of the Melly Mel and the Cold Crush stage, and you going into the Rock Kims and the KRS and the Canes and the G-Raps and the Pasta Nooses and the Cool Keiths. That Renaissance, in that space, there was a very, very significant time when any people who were deemed immigrants or coming into the country, especially our Haitian brethren, they were being blamed and accused for being a part of the HIV/AIDS epidemic. Okay? So they definitely, even if they were in school with you and living amongst us, was not allowing us to see their parents who may have spoke with those particular accents. So you didn't know who that was participating in hip hop was from an island or from another country. Some of them may be still holding that on to this day. Some of them may be holding that trauma to this day, where people were getting teased, where people may have been getting beat, where people may have been ostracized because they was from Haiti or from Jamaica or from Guyana, right? Or maybe even from the continent. See, in hip-hop, when it was coming through and how it was being presented as something that was strictly American, we had producers in there that people didn't know where they was from. You didn't know Herbie Lovebug Azar. Nobody knew that he was Haitian. That wasn't just thrown out there like that. It wasn't a concern. It wasn't a care in the world. He came through, he was producing, boom. You didn't know. When did you know? As time moved on and as people became more intelligent and out of the ignorance of believing that Islanders was that much different, and then they began to have a sense of pride within themselves and where they were from, you started to find out and know where individuals or their parents came from. So when they making these very matter-of-fact arguments, right? That, everybody here did this and they did that, when the pioneers of the art forms specifically telling you, you calling this man, right? The godfather of hip hop is Jamaican. You gotta ask yourself, well, how many others might have been there who didn't acknowledge that? And we gotta make this one thing clear. That argument that their parents didn't listen to it or didn't want them to mix and mingle with Americans, that is beside the point, because their parents didn't want them to do it and didn't appreciate them doing it. It had nothing to do with the fact that they were doing it, that they were engaged in it from the beginnings. From the beginnings. So people want to sit in spaces where they're emotionally charged because of the trauma that they received. And of course, people who claim indigenous to here, which in all reality, all of us are, because we all were here before Columbus. That's a fact. That's an absolute fact. But if we were here before Columbus, right, did we originate here? And if we didn't originate here, that means we all traveled and we were transplants from somewhere, right? So who is actually FBA? For real, for real. Get to the question and answer part of that. Because they're moving as if that means that they're more radical, that they are more important, that they have put a stamp somewhere. And I ask you, some of the most radical individuals that we know historically, they're not FBA. I hope y'all do know and understand that. I hope you know and understand it. Because if we're going to start dismissing part of our people because this thought, this theory of FBA is so powerful, we're going to start eliminating and getting rid of our people. Let's start from the top. Who was the most radical that we know of so far? The most radical so far, when we're speaking of it, let's start with Harriet Tubman. Let's start right there. If we're talking about this part, the poor part of the planet, because I could and should. Now, yeah, matter of fact, yeah, we're not going to start with Harriet, because I hope y'all do know that Harriet Tubman is not FBA, according to their theory. You do know that. So we're going to dismiss Harriet. We're just going to get rid of Harriet and her accomplishments. I want y'all to understand how that moves when you start separating individuals. Okay? Okay. All right? We can, you know what? How about Denmark Vesey? How about Denmark Vesey? Y'all want to go there? Denmark Vesey. Let's give you this description of Denmark Vesey. Okay? Slave, artisan, abolitionist. Vesey was probably born on the Danish Caribbean sugar island of St. Thomas around 1767. The names and nationality of his parents are unknown. In 1781, he was purchased by Captain Joseph Vesey, a slave trader, who trained him as a cabin boy during the short voyage to the French colony of Saint Dominique. Captain Vesey sold the boy as one of 390 slaves in the city of Cap Francois, but was forced to purchase him back on April 23rd, 1782, because the child had displayed epileptic fits. These were perhaps feigned, for they ceased once the boy reboarded Captain Vesey's vessel. This time, Joseph kept him and renamed him what? Telemanque, after the mythical son of Odysseus. Over time, fellow slaves corrupted or punned the name into Telmac and then into Denmark after the Danish-owned island of his birth. So, one of the most radical in the history here on this corporation of North America is not FBA. So we're going to get rid of his accomplishment, right? Huh? That's what we're going to do. In the late spring of 1783, Joseph Vesey established himself in Charleston as a ship chandler. Denmark evidently lived with the Vesey family on 281 King Street for the next 17 years. The literate and multilingual Denmark was responsible for helping to receive imported goods from incoming ships, cataloging items in the East Bay Street office, and even conducting minor transactions in his master's absence. Okay? 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 Don't get triggered. Don't get triggered. As if you were listening and watching, you see, I'm not looking at the comments. Don't worry about it. You hot and triggered. If you're that upset where you can't not sit in this class, right, and understand where we're going with it, you can have a personal class. Yeah. East New York, Brooklyn, Penn Workman Houses, NYCHA. Okay? Don't worry about it. We're going to get up to speed. Slow down. After Denmark's failed 1822 slave revolt, because he was getting ready to get real busy, okay? Charleston whites became fearful that blacks would attempt another slave revolt if they didn't regulate and restrict them. By 1840, white officials implemented black codes. These racially constructed economic, social, religious, and educational codes of constraint crippled those free blacks and enslaved laborers. However, to cultivate her own and that of family members, right? Sense of independence, it gets thick. Thick. They had to figure out ways to hide who they were. Trauma caused them to shift and figure out a new way. Denmark, Vesey, not FBA. Okay? Tell me what I must do. You hear, you must learn. Now, let's go on. All right? We need to see another Gabriel Prosser. Yeah. Oh, Gabriel. Oh, Gabriel. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, Gabriel. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Virginia. Oh, look at y'all. Y'all ready, huh? Y'all ready, huh? Look at you. They up here. They just shouting it out. Yeah, you want to go with Gabriel? No, we not going to do Gabriel because then, again, they're going to feel the ways. And they find some stuff out. Let's go back to Harriet. I like Harriet because this is somebody who they quick to mention and call out. Harriet Tubman, mama, her mama, Rit, was born about 1785 in Dorchester County, Maryland. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right? Check this out. Check this out. Her mother, Modesty, her sister, right? Her mother, rich mother, Modesty, that's Harriet Tubman's grandmother, had arrived in the colonies on a ship from Africa. So Harry's grandmother may have come from an area now known as Ghana on West Africa's Gold Coast. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, people of that area are of the Akan ethnic group. Ooh, deep, right? Yeah, yeah. Her father. Yeah, her father was born in Maryland. Yeah, yeah. Father was born in Maryland. So that's how mother and father met. Yeah, yeah. Ooh-wee. This gets deep. Deep, man. It gets real deep. We're going to discredit Harriet. We're going to discredit Denmark. We're going to discredit Gabriel Prosser, too. Because we know what Gabriel, big 24-year-old young buck, 6 feet 2 inches tall, literate, and a blacksmith by trade. Described by a contemporary as a fellow of courage and intellect above his rank in life. With the help of other slaves, including Jack Bowler and George Smith, he devised a plan to seize control of Richmond by unaliving all of the old faiths except for Methodist, Quakers, and Frenchmen, and then establishing the Kingdom of Virginia with himself as monarch. Yeah. Gabriel and the other revolt leaders were probably influenced by the American Revolution and more recently the French and Haitian revolutions with their rhetoric of freedom, equality, and brotherhood. Brotherhood, not separation. Brotherhood. In the months prior to the revolt, he recruited hundreds of supporters and organized them into military units. Military in this class that we speak of on a regular basis. Okay? Although Virginia authorities never determined the extent of the revolt, they estimated that several thousand planned to participate, including many who were to be armed with swords and pikes made from farm tools by slave blacksmiths. Yeah. Gabriel planned to initiate the insurrection on the night of August 30th, 1800. However, earlier in the day, two slaves who wanted to protect their masters betrayed the plot to Virginia authorities. Sound like some social media shit to me. Sound like somebody up in the chat, these trolls, these people that's caught up into believing that everything that they know and understand is right and exact. So they're gonna hold that belief down to the fullest. And anybody that goes against what they may deem right and exact, they're ready to tell. They don't want to unite. They want to do it their way. They want to make sure that whatever massa got intact, right, is going to remain. Those are your coons, your politicians, right? Your people who may, through whatever definition FBA fall under, I'm quite sure, work within the confines of this system as police, as district attorneys, as judges, as the hangman. Yeah, a whole lot of them. So miss me with that dumb shit. See, they won't claim that. Y'all ready to claim something that is commercial rap. Y'all want to hold dear to that. Y'all want to, because this ain't hip hop. It's just not. When you hear hip hop from a true hip hop artist, it's not on Sirius Radio, limited time. You might get it for a limited time. It's not on Sirius. It's not on broadcast radio. True hip hop, you still searching and looking for. This is commercial rap. So I hope the FBA is ready to make sure that they taking responsibility for Booty Hole Brown, that they taking responsibility for Glorilla, that they taking responsibility for Meg Thee Stallion, that they taking responsibility for Blueface. Hold all that. Don't try to sit here and claim, yeah, FBA started it. So when y'all gonna finish it? When are you gonna correct it and clean it up? When are you, because everything that y'all claim Diddy is up under y'all. So y'all created that. Y'all created that. Y'all created Diddy. Y'all created what y'all say Jay-Z is doing. Y'all created the freak offs, right? FBAs. You created hip hop. Right? So this is y'all's. When y'all gonna clean it up? This is what this ignorant person from the Bronx, y'all call him Fat Joe, this is what he's saying. Y'all saying y'all created this. Y'all saying that? So clean it up. What's the problem? You want to claim the billions and billions of dollars of the industry, but not the harm that it done? Oh, I get it. Y'all not claiming that part. Y'all claiming the public enemy part, right? Y'all claiming the dead prayers part, right? Y'all claiming the poor righteous teachers part, or y'all claiming the brand new part. That's the part of hip hop that FBA is responsible for creating, right? That's y'all part. The part that sent people to college in the 80s and 90s. That's y'all part, right? Huh? That's the part y'all want. Y'all don't want this part that created drill rap and trill and gangster. Y'all don't want that part, right? That sent more people to prison in a cemetery than the PEs did in the 80s. Y'all don't want that. Is that the part y'all want? Y'all created that. Wow. Yeah, man. Yeah, it gets deep. It gets deep. It gets deep. They don't get that. Yeah, paying attention to where they at with it. Where they at with it. Yeah, let's go. Now, when we started moving through, we got up out of that antebellum South and the Reconstruction, and then we got to the Jim Crow. There came a time when they was pushing for civil rights, and then they moved into the Black Power movement, and one of those key figures who even coined the term Black Power, Stokely Carmichael, Big Swerm. What's going on, Big Swerm? Much appreciation for the super chat. Stokely Carmichael coined the term Black Power. One of the architects and most radical of melanated folks. Because of him, springboarded a lot. Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, Republic of Africa, U.S., United Slaves. You understand? Do you get that? Stokely Carmichael, 1954. Well, before we even get there, Carmichael was born on June 29, 1941 in Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago. Carmichael's parents immigrated to New York when he was a toddler, leaving him in the care of his grandmother until the age of 11, when he followed his parents to the States. Are we going to get rid of Stokely? I dare you. In 1954, at the age of 13, Stokely Carmichael became a naturalized American citizen, and his family moved to a predominantly Italian and Jewish neighborhood in the Bronx called Morris Park. Are we getting rid of Stokely? See, because when you speak on conscious community, when you speak on woke community, these people have to deal with specific information, specific books that open their mind to awareness and consciousness. So their DNA in the conscious community is Stokely Carmichael, is Marcus Garvey. Yeah. Is it not? When we speak of Elijah Muhammad, right? This is the DNA of the conscious community. Many of whom are not indigenous. Their parents are not here. So we need to get rid of that. We're getting rid of all those folks. I want help me understand the argument. Help me understand where you at with it. Noble Drew Ali, true indeed. Now, if you're getting rid of all these individuals, let me see. Let me see your doctrine. Let me see your theory. Let me see how you manifest manifest that theory. Put it into practice. Put it into practice. I need to see, where is the foundation? Where are the greats? Where they at? Where are they? Where are the giants of this thought, this theory? Noble John Lee, we know what came out of that man, out of that doctrine. We see it, we manifest it, we go back and forth to research it, to add on to it, to question it, to critique it. We do the same with Elijah Muhammad. We do the same with Huey P. Newton. We do the same with Kwame Ture. We do the same with H. Rap Brown. We do the same with Malcolm. Show me where you're doing that with one individual. We do it with Angela. We do it with George Jackson. We do it with father-in-law. And none of them, not one, said that we should separate from our own melanated people. How dare you come in here with that garbage? And you're upset. You upset. You're questioning Malcolm X, who was assassinated for going and building and making a connection to other melanated people who fought and won. Can't never come in here and question that and expect me to rock with that? To get rid of the teachings of Patrice Lumumba? Get rid of the teachings of Kwame Nkrumah? Dr. John Henry Clark? Y'all niggas better than them? This is where we at with it. That's where y'all at with it? Have it. Cool. Cool. Prove better. That's what y'all do. Prove better. Your statement alone questions them and their belief in their theories. You're gonna sit here and do that? When Asada Shakur is sitting in Cuba? She ain't sitting in Kentucky. She's not in California. She's not in Indiana. She's not in Boston. Nobody here could have done what they did for her. So until y'all establish something and making some movement, y'all need to be quiet, organize in silence, and do what need to be done for the people. I'm a soldier first. Make the doctrine make sense, and let's get busy. Get busy. That is why he's able to disrespect y'all. A cornball like that. is able to disrespect y'all because y'all not putting no blood in his mouth. Talking that shit. This is internet social media games. This is games y'all playing. Now, let's get busy now. People all upset because he said Lord Jamar isn't a legend. He ain't. Since when is he a legend? Since when? I missed that. I missed that part. When? When? Lord Jamar is a legend? Lord Jamar is a legend. Brand Nubians isn't a legendary group. I'm sorry. Do we love them? Yes. Were they prolific in their space? Yes. There ain't no legends. Not at all. Rakim is a legend. Okay? Nas is a legend. Okay? You mean to tell me that Lord Jamar is on the level of Nas and Rakim? That's what y'all saying? Y'all mad because he said this man is in... Brand Nubian has 6 albums. Not one of them gold. Not one. Not one. Not one. Pooba left them after the first album. After the first album. The next 3 albums, there was no Grand Pooba on there. Jamal, Sadat, Sincere. Yeah. Ain't no legendary nothing came out of that. Nothing. Fire songs. Sadat is always in the top 15 for me. Always. His bars is always up, never disappoint. Jamar? Nobody even asked Jamar to be a feature on an underground song. Never. He a legend? He's a legend. Y'all got tight when he said that? Seriously. Seriously. Nas can sell out the Barclay. Rakim can sell out the Barclay. Lord Jamar? Come on, y'all. Come on. Cut this bullshit out. Lord Jamar? You serious right now? He ain't selling out no Barclay. He ain't selling out King's Theater. Damn, he might not sell out Milk River. And that's for real. And that's for real. He might not sell out the center, community center in New Rochelle. A legend? I'm serious. You ever heard a Green Lantern mixtape with all Lord Jamar's songs or verses? No. A Wu Kid mixtape with all Lord Jamar? Really? Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop that shit. This is why people go in on people because they stuck on emotional God because you like him? Really? He's a legend. But again, y'all don't know what happened behind the scenes. They don't know what happened, what the conversations were behind the scenes all them years he was rocking with that Euro. And whatever else he been doing behind it. A legend? Come on, man, stop that shit. And that's for real. You get in the feelings all they want. Doesn't change the fact that so what's legendary? If Michael Jordan is a legend, iconic. Kobe Bryant is a legend, iconic. Karim Abdul-Jabbar, legend, iconic. Y'all mean to tell me Dale Davis, because he played in the league with Rick Smith and Reggie Miller, Dale Davis is a legend? Huh? Bill Cartwright is a legend. These are legends because they was there. They was in the game. When nobody in no other era know who the hell they are, he's a legend. So Dale Davis is a legend. That's what we're gonna say, right? Bill Cartwright is a legend, right? Kevin Duckworth from Portland Trail, he's a legendary center, right? Lord Jamar, who ever featured him on a song? Where's his solo album? He don't even have a solo album. Do we? I need to check. Do we even have a solo album for Dolo? But y'all saying he a legend? And y'all tight because it's coming from Caillou Cartagena. Y'all in y'all feelings. So let me say it. He's not no legend. Now what? Very qualified. Yeah, very qualified. I was going to street jams in 78, 79. I watched this. I listened to it. From Cold Crush to the Fearless Fall all the way up. And I'm telling you, your man ain't no legend. 6 albums, not a gold plate. Pooba came back. Still no gold. Hmm? I'm asking you. He's a legend. Let him sell out the King's Theater for Dolo. For Dolo, just him. Just him. Does he even have a 30-minute set? Does he have a 30-minute set? Can he get busy on stage for 30 minutes for Dolo? No Sadat, no Grand Pooba. No Sadat, no Grand Pooba. Can Lord Jamar give you a 30-minute set? So then he's not a legend. Legends is giving you 2 hours for Dolo on stage. The hell are we talking about? Y'all mad because it's coming from who? From somebody y'all supposed to have been shut down a few years ago? You're supposed to have been shut him down. Y'all should have been shut him down. We're not going to do that. We're not going to compare him and Joe. Joe got a couple of gold albums, gold. We're not going to do that. Joe can go. Corny, whack, but he can go. He has a catalog for Dolo. He does. Not going to even front. Don't know how he did it, but he did it. Don't know if he got ghostwriters or what, but he did it. He did it. He can sit on stage for Dolo and do what he do. Or else he wouldn't be here. I'm not even going to do that. I'm straight shooter here. Yeah, and in them features, he can give you a half hour to 40 minutes. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. You can sit there right where you at right now. You can write 10 songs right now off the top of your head from that dude. whether somebody voted for him or not. You can't do that with no Lord Jamar. Stop it. So we're not going to do the comparison thing. But I'll tell you what, it's like I said it with the FBA. People disrespect you based on your presentation and what they see of you. Lord Jamar looked like he weighing about $104 right now. Right now. He weigh about $104. He looking little and sunk in. So fat boys disrespected him and got the internet going crazy. Y'all going wild. I didn't want to do this. It's 1 a.m. I got things to do. Moves to make early. Family, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, listen, I'm have to address this. I have to address it. There's no issue with him. It's truth. I stand with truth. I don't have an issue with Black Thought, but I stand in truth. He's whack, garbage, corny. Nobody want to be like him or look like him. Y'all love him. I'm dealing with truth. Jamar is little, frail, presenting himself weird, and did a lot of weird stuff. He did a lot of weird stuff. He said a lot of weird stuff. So, of course, if you give this man the platform, he's going to air it out. Mav Hoffa played instigator in this because he knew what was going to happen. They might even have talked about it from the last time Caillou Cartagena was on there. Yo, we didn't address this. Yo, and boom, here you go. Because it made no sense for someone as politically and socially ignorant as Fat Joe to come at the FBA, to go at Lord Jamar. It made no sense. So, of course, what happened? Millions of views, about 30 different platforms just over the weekend. And this is starting to be a pattern. Come Thursday, Friday, they drop something on and y'all go, wow, without just sitting and using intelligence and not being in your feelings. Not in your feelings about something that is true. Lord Jamar ain't no legend. Did nothing legendary, nothing. He looked frail and crazy. He said a lot of foul shit out of his mouth. Ignorance is meeting ignorance. We have intelligence. So therefore, we shouldn't be triggered by the show. But what am I to do? 167 people in here. I'm looking at people that have 4,000 in here with the same conversation. But because I'm dealing with it with intelligence and integrity, as we always do here, it is what it is. I've been telling y'all, we as a class been telling y'all about Fat Joe for how many times, y'all, did we eat? We just destroy, demolish him here. We just did it a couple of weeks ago. But now, everybody's up in arms about it. Exactly, Shania Jones. They're in the same whip. All it is triggering. That's it. That's it. Exactly. You throwing legend about legend. Greg Nettles is a legend because he was on the A's. What are we doing here? Here he was. Rory Sparrow is a legend because he was on the Knicks. Huh? That's what we doing. Brand Nubians, magnificent. First album as a unit, magnificent. And that shit didn't go gold because of the time. Did they leave an imprint? Yes. What happened? Wu-Tang came out. So now the same degrees that was quoted now get taken to another level and enhanced. And y'all was still making records afterward. Y'all dropped something as late as 98 when they had Wu-Tang Forever. So if y'all was that legendary as a group, Brand New Me would have piggybacked off of that. Nobody gave a damn. Nobody cared. Legends get cared about. People want to hear legends. So, come on, man. We're not even having that argument. It's not debatable. Like I said, go tell Lord Jamar to sell out Milk River. Little club. He damn sure ain't doing King's Theater. Not selling. Ain't nobody coming to see him. Kids don't know him. This generation don't know him. The last generation don't know him. If I don't teach my kids, I got a 31-year-old and a 19-year-old. They don't know nothing about him at all. Exactly. Not Nick Van Horn, Keith Van Horn, and Nick Van Exel. Yeah. You mixing up a melanated person with an old fade. Come on now. You better watch it. Come on, man. Nick Van Exel's son is in the can. They a little loose. You gotta make sure you got it right. Nick Van Exel, Keith Van Horn. Keith Van Horn is an old fade. All right? Come on now, we keep it right in class now. Matter of fact, 55 for you, 55 for you. East 49, 55. What you doing there? You coming in here making 55, sit in the back, get in the back. Mixing up. Got to keep the class right. It's very trash. We understand that. But we cannot ignore the impact that it's having in these conversations. That's why I'm here 1 in the morning trying to correct it. Okay? So, we got rid of that. I don't want to get on Gilly. It's ridiculous. It went crazy. I know y'all understand that, he's just not well. I seen the fiasco. What I will say is that he claimed and cursed the people out without knowing anything. See, and this is what I'm talking about as far as information. He listened to the police when the police said somebody was clapping at them. This is Gilly's fault. And then he made an attempt at a half-ass retraction and tried to blame it on the officers. No. If they was getting clapped at outside, trust and believe they wouldn't came to you and spoke to you about nothing. That was Gilly's ego, believing that he was bigger than he actually is. So he berated melanated people. Again, I bet he would be considered FBA too, right? Gilly. Yeah. The sloppy drunk who barked on melanated people because a police told him that youngins was outside clapping at them. What police officer is going to come back into a venue after they got clapped at? If police would have got clapped at outside, they wouldn't be coming in there to talk to no damn Gilly. They would have been out there clapping, shut the venue down. What are we doing? But see, his own inflated ego had him curse out his own people, talking about how much they do for y'all. I don't see nothing but a bunch of games, slapstick humor and all that. You dig? Yeah, they're gonna crash out because again, everything is content. Everything is funny. Everything is ha. Everything is surprise, shock, and awe. No intelligence. Because for them, it's entertainment and get over. Let me get over on you. Let's get over on the audience. Let me pull resources. You pay me, give me this money, pay me, and provide no service. Right? No service. Not providing any service. So where's the quality? Why are you paying attention? What are you getting from watching them? Oh, he is? He is? Oh, that explains why he can't hold his liquor. He's Eritrean? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. That fire water getting him in. It's a mess. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And this is what they do. Okay? It's like this other clown who, man, I'm telling you, when they shut that TikTok shit down, how dumb can you be to film yourself spraying poison, bug spray on produce and vegetables in a store, in a corporate? Like, this is the type of stuff that these people on, man. Come on, y'all. This is the type of shit, but I want to know, what does FBA do in that case? I want to know what their ideology is to correct some of these ills. See, if you're a dope fiend, you go to Nation of Islam, they have programs to get you clean and keep you clean. Regardless of what we believe, their ideology and what may have been done, we know that's for absolute fact. What does the ideology, the claim of these 3 letters do for our people in real time, other than separating and calling out names and beefing and arguing on social media? How can this dummy went and sprayed bug spray on produce? You understand? Fruit and vegetables in a store, filmed itself. And when you go to his page, he got an old Faye up there. That's what that's his picture. That's his profile. A clown, Ofe. And he stands with Ofe. This is the type of stuff that we talking about when we make claims of consciousness and being woke and people. What are y'all doing? What are we doing? I know what I do. I know for a fact that if our people don't get a hold on their anger, they're gonna crash out. So I utilize anger management to get into the trauma that has people enraged regardless of what they claim. I don't claim if you're a Christian. I don't care if you claim you're a Jew. If you don't get in touch with your trauma and what triggers you to be enraged, you're going to crash out on some Micah Johnson type shit. Right? Do you understand? With all the intelligence and consciousness he had, crashed out. He didn't even have a true manifesto doctrine, nothing to engage the people. And when he did that act, melanated people were scared to death. Hey, they're clapping. Man, they were on the news, frightened, not encouraged because of the work that got put in. Why? Because he wasn't politically educating. So when the act took place, they understood. The people understood. No, they were shook, scared, running to the very people he put the work in on. Running to the news camera. It's crazy. Melanated folk. So when you're conscious and woke, what are you doing? How do you manifest that into a being that is a liberator, that is pulling up out of the systems that have caused us all this damage? If you're not doing that, your doctrine don't mean shit. Simple as that. If your doctrine keeps you secondary to your oppressor, and you don't have institutions and systems and goals to meet to pull us up out of that, and in the same time destroy your enemy, you're just talking. It's just that simple. You're talking. You're talking. How do you manifest? You God. You can't just say it. You can't just say it. You have to quote your degrees. You have to live those degrees all the way through. You can't claim to be a Nation of Islam member and you don't do what required. How? Everything manifests itself. I don't care what it is. How? So those 3 letters, FBA, how do y'all manifest yourselves? How? By arguing online? What resources do y'all provide to pull people up out of oppression? What goals need to be met? How? Anybody that ever got out of oppression, any group of people who understood who they were, had to manifest that through action. How do you know who a North Vietnam individual is in reference to somebody from the South? How? Through action. Through action. What is the difference between a Christian? What is the difference between somebody who practices Judaism? Through their action. What is the difference between a member of the NOI and somebody who is a practicing Sunni? There's a difference. Why do we know it's a difference? Because we see it. They manifest different. Nation of Islam, they wear bow ties. You see it. That is a manifestation. So, again, I ask that. Don't get emotional. Utilize intelligence. And then make it make sense. Make your understanding understood. How do we win with your doctrine? How do we win? With separating melanated people from melanated people when the old Fae is in his space, galvanizing and bringing his people together to make America great again. Because when they get together, they're going to get that pain in. That's why people are getting set on fire on trains. That is why people are getting clapped. That's why CEOs are getting clapped, because the OFE is showing and proving who he is. A warmonger with the intent on enslaving the population of the planet. I'm just saying, how do we win with FBA theory? Show and prove. And if you don't show and prove, you're going to continuously have Fat Joe type individuals disrespecting you. It's just that simple. There ain't nothing to get mad and upset about. Show and prove. Show and prove. Show and prove. Show and prove where your theory could even work on paper. Show and prove. That's it. Because with that attitude, with that language, with the viciousness that they speak to other melanated folks, that is why you have people, okay, from the continent, people from the Caribbean islands coming here, joining the armed forces, joining the police department, joining the correctional department, and whipping your ass, and organizing and networking and going into their places of worship and becoming solid. And in them becoming solid, they have leadership, they have goals, they have actions. Make it make sense. Show me the numbers to where we're going to win with that theory, to where we're going to win with consistently spitting venom at melanated folk. That's all. That's all. I've never, ever seen anybody in all of recorded history, anyone who made an honest, committed attempt to get our liberation or our freedom from these oppressors, speak separation. They always trying to get us together. Y'all think y'all better than them? Show and prove. And on that note, I got to blow. I got to go. Classroom assistants, much appreciation for holding it down with me at 1:30. To those who funded the war effort, much appreciation. To those who didn't, I know you're gonna continuously come through. Much appreciation to y'all. And at those who came to troll and hate, listen, I cannot be taken off my square. I'm surgical with this shit. It's all I lived. I've been through every system of oppression that they got. I'm an OG for real. And if it really mean that much to you, if you really triggered and in your feelings, I'm in East New York every day. Yeah, come straighten it out. Come straighten it out. Make sure y'all come back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes safely. If you're traveling, get to your destination safe. If you're a trucker, truck driver, pull over to your side if you're sleepy, okay? Remember, y'all, guard your mind. Guard your mind. Don't let these people play games with y'all. Don't do it. You got a beautiful mind. Exercise it. You dig? Don't believe in me? Believe in my belief in you. Don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. We do what we do. 55 gang. Get y'all grades up.